Namaste everyone. Let's start the class with a short prayer of Gita Dhyanam and then we'll chant the mantras of second chapter from 61st mantra till the end of the second chapter and then we'll see the explanation part. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavatam Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Puranamunina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshiniim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambattvamanusantatthami Bhagavadgite Bhavadveshinim Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Divyaistavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopanisadaihi Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam na vidussurasuraganaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha Tani sarvani sayyamya yuktasita matparaha vashehi yasyendriyani tasya prajna pratishtita dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu pajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha kamat krodho bijayate क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभंशात् विबुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति रागद्वेषविमुक्तैस्तु विषयानिन्द्रियैश्चरन् आत्मवश्यैर्विधेयात्मा प्रसादमधिगच्छति प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिरस्योपजायते प्रसन्नचेतसो ह्याशुः बुद्धिपर्यवर्तिष्ठते नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावना न चाभावयतः शान्तिः अशान्तस्य कुतः सुखम् इन्द्रियाणां हि चरतां यन्मनोनुविधीयते तदस्य हरति प्रज्ञां वायुर्नावमिवांस्यसि तस्माद्यस्य महाबाहो निगृहीतानि सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जाग्रति संयमी यस्यां जाग्रति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः आपूर्यमानमचलप्रतिष्ठं समुद्रमापः प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् तद्वत्कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे स शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी विहाय कामान्यः सर्वान् प्रमाश्चरति निःस्पृहः निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः स शान्तिमधिगच्छति एष ब्रह्मी स्थितिः पार्थ नैनं प्राप्य विमुच्यते I'll repeat this mantra once again. Esha brahmi stiti partah nainam prapya vimuhyati स्थित्वा स्त्यामन्तकालेऽपि ब्रह्मनिर्वाणमुच्यते ॐ तत्सत् इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे Sankhyayogo Nama Dvitiyodhyayah. Okay, so we are done with the chanting part. Now we'll see the explanation of each and every mantra. Today we will end the second chapter. So we are at the end of 12 mantras. We'll finish today. Since I have already done with the chanting, I'll just read the mantra and we'll see the explanation. Tani sarvani sanyamya yukta asita matparaha vashehi yasyendriyani tasya prajna pratishtita. Here Krishna said to Arjuna what he said. Here this entire Bhagavad Gita is a dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. Krishna is teaching all the Bhagavad Gita, and if Arjuna is having some queries, he is answering, he is asking. So now Krishna is saying to Arjuna what he said to Arjuna. Let's see. Oh Arjuna, knowledge is very well established. What is that knowledge? Self-knowledge. He is talking about the self-knowledge. He is saying that, oh Arjuna, self-knowledge is very well established for the person who is endowed with the discrimination. What is discrimination? Discrimination means what thinking of that discriminative capacity of thinking what is real and what is unreal, what is good and what is bad, what is temporary and what is permanent. That discriminative capacity one should have. So he is talking about the self-knowledge. That self-knowledge is very well established for the person who has this discriminative capacity and who has the mastery over his sense organs. What is the mastery of sense organs? By controlling power of anger and hunger and of showing that complexity and desires, everything, all these kind of complexes and desires, by having the control of his own controlled mind. So the person who has this mastery over sense organs and who has the discriminative capacity of what is temporary and what is permanent, and for that kind of person who decides of who overcomes from all this bondage of samsara, this sukha dukkha janma mrityu and attachment, happiness, sadness, everything, all these things comes under bondage of samsara. So who overcome from all these things, for him the self knowledge is very well established. That's what Krishna said to Arjuna. We'll move to the next mantra. Here I'll continue that 62 and 63rd mantra because there is a continuation in these two. ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः सङ्गस्तेषुपजायते सङ्गात् सञ्जायते कामः कामात् क्रोधो विजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति. Here Krishna said to Arjuna that he is still saying, Krishna is giving all the teaching to Arjuna. What he said to Arjuna, let's see. O Arjuna, for the person who dwells upon objects, from the person who dwells upon objects, from that person that attachment is born. So if the person is having some desire of, if this object is there, I'll be very happy. If this person is there, I'll be very happy. Otherwise, I'll be sad. That kind of desires, who dwells upon objects or other persons. From that thing, attachment is born. From attachment, what will happen? Desire will be born. From desire, if I don't get that object which I desire, I'll be angry. I'll show that anger to some or other person. That complexes, ego and all these things. So from attachment, desire will be born. And from desire, anger will be born. And from anger, delusion is born. So if I get anger, I'll get delusion. And from delusion, that memory loss is born. So if the person is having a memory loss, then mind will become incapacitated. Mind will not work in proper fashion. So mind will become incapacitated. When mind is incapacitated, then the person is entirely destroyed. He no need to die. So if the mind is not working, then obviously the person is said to be died. So that person will be destroyed. That's what Krishna said to Arjuna in this mantra. We'll move to the next mantra. Ragadvesha vimuktestu vishayan indriyasharan atmavashchairvidheyatma prasadamadi gacchati. Now Krishna said to Arjuna that what he said was, the person who has the controlled mind, his mind should be in control. He should know what is good and what is bad, and what to be done and what not to be done. And this mindset, this controlled mindset, the person who has this controlled mindset and who has the control over all the five sense organs, and who is free from all the desires. It may be desire on object or it may be desire on other person. That kind of person who is having all these qualities, mastery over all these things, that person will definitely attain tranquility. It means liberation. He will definitely attain the liberation. That's what Krishna said to Arjuna in this mantra. We'll move to the next mantra. प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिरस्योपजायते प्रसन्नचेतसे ह्याशुः बुद्धिपर्यवतिष्ठते. Now Krishna said to Arjuna that for the person who has tranquility, then the person will be free from pain and sorrow. If the person don't have a desire on external objects in this world, then obviously he will be free from all the pain and sorrow, because he don't have any desire and he has removed all the desires on all the objects, and he can accept everything. Whatever he gets, he will accept everything with the prasada buddhi. Then he will go in a karma yoga attitude. For that kind of person, self knowledge will be very well established. That's what Krishna said to Arjuna. We'll move to the next mantra. Nasti buddhirayuktasya nachayuktasya bhavana nacha bhavayata shantihi shantasya kutah sukham. Now here Krishna said to Arjuna that the person who don't have this tranquility, who don't have a detachment, and who is desirous of all the external objects, and who is having all the complexes like ego and worry and sadness, or the person who has this happiness and sadness and who is under bondage of samsara, for that kind of person knowledge will not be established, because he don't have a detachment. He is still under bondage of samsara, because sometimes he will be happy and sometimes he will be sad, and he is having a desires on all the objects in this world. So the person will not be happy. For that kind of person, knowledge will not be established. And then, so what will happen? He will not contemplate for attaining liberation, because he is still under the bondage of bondage of samsara. So he will not get knowledge and he will not contemplate, and he will not get peace of mind, and obviously he will not be happy in this world. So that's what this mantra means. We'll move to the next mantra. Indriyanam hi charatam yanmanonu vidhiyate tadasya harati pragnam vayurnavami vamsyasi. So here Krishna said to Arjuna that the mind that follows the senses, the mind that follows the sense organs, it will drops the self knowledge. Like what? The wind carries away a small boat on waters, right? So like the same way, the mind that follows the wandering senses, it will drop the self knowledge. And what else he said, let's see. तस्माद्यस्य महाबाहो निगृहीतानि सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता. Here now Krishna said to Arjuna that therefore Arjuna, by listening all these things, so till now whatever I told you, therefore Arjuna, the mighty armed Arjuna, self-knowledge will be steady when the person completely withdraws from sense organs and from sense objects. So when the self-knowledge is very well established and when it will be steady, when the person completely withdraw from sense organs, he should master over all the sense organs, and then he should completely withdraw the desires of external objects, and he should completely contemplate only on the liberation. Only then, only for that kind of person who is having detachment and only contemplate on meditation, which is the ultimate moksha. So for that kind of person, self-knowledge will be very well established, and that the self-knowledge will be steady. He will not get memory loss and all, because his mind is steady. He have mastery over all sense organs. So for that kind of person, self-knowledge will be steady. That's what Krishna said to Arjuna. We'll move to the next mantra. या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागृति संयमी यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः. Now Krishna said to Arjuna that the person who is wise, who is the wise person? As I said earlier, wise person means who knows what is good and what is right and what is wrong, and who has the discriminative capacity of what is temporary and what is permanent, and what is real and what is unreal. That kind of person who is wise person, and who has the mastery over himself, who has the mastery over all his sense organs and mindset. So that person can definitely see the light when others are under dark. When all the entire world is under dark, if they are unable to see the truth, this person will be able to see the light. I mean the reality he will be able to see. Why? Because he has the mastery over sense organs and he has that discriminative capacity. So this person, for this person, self-knowledge is very well established, and this person will definitely able to see the light when the other persons are under dark. That's what this mantra means. We'll move to the next mantra. आपूर्यमानमचलप्रतिष्ठं समुद्रमापः प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् तद्वक्तामा यं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे सशान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी. Now Krishna said to Arjuna that all these objects of knowledge, the self-knowledge, the entire self-knowledge will be entered into the wise person very easily. Very quickly the self-knowledge will enter to the wise person. Why? Because his mind is very sharp, and he is not under any delusion, and he has overcome from all the complexes, and he don't have a desire on any external objects. He has the mastery over himself. So for this person, knowledge will enter very quickly. Like what? Like water flows into ocean. How water flows into the ocean? Very easily it will flow. You no need to put any effort, right? So like this, similarly for this wise person, knowledge will enter very easily. Whereas for the person who has a desire on objects, who doesn't completely withdraw the senses, who is still under the bondage of samsara, for that kind of person, this knowledge will not enter, and this person will not gain peace. Ultimately he don't have a peace of mind. When the person will get a peace of mind? When the person is wise, when the person has the mastery over sense organs, when the person have a detachment over the external objects. For him, only for him, self-knowledge will be very well established and he will definitely attain peace. That's what this mantra means. We'll move to the next mantra. Vihaya kamayaha sarvan pumascharati nispruhaha nirmamo nirahankaraha sashanti madhigacchati. Now Krishna said to Arjuna that the person who moves on by giving up all his desires with selflessness. So the person should give up all the desire on objects and he should not be selfish. He should be helpful and he should overcome from all the complexes and completely devotes himself only on liberation. He should contemplate only on liberation and he should not have any other desire apart from this. Only that person will attain peace. The others will not gain peace of mind. That's what this mantra means. We'll move to the last mantra of today's class, and this is the last ending of the second chapter as well. Yesha brahmi sthiti partha nainam prapya vimuhyati sthitvasyumantakaalepi brahma nirvana muchyati. Now Krishna said to Arjuna that, O Arjuna, by completely devoting on Brahman, he should overcome from all the complexes and he should withdraw his desires and he should master over all the sense organs and completely devote himself on Brahman. That person mind will be pure and clean. He don't have a dilution and he will be very happy and he will definitely attain liberation. When he will attain liberation, if he continue being like this, he should continue in a karma yoga attitude. He should accept everything with the prasada buddhi and he should not have any desires till and he should continue that. His mind should be steady. For him, knowledge will be very well established. If he continue the same thing over a period of time, then at the end he will definitely attain liberation, which is the ultimate moksha. That's what this mantra means. Om Tat Sat iti Srimad Bhagavadgitasu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Sankhya Yogo Nama Dvitiyodhyayaha. So we are at the end of the second chapter. This Brahman is only reality and the entire Jagat is temporary. Only Brahman is permanent. Thus, second chapter is called Sankhya Yoga. What is Sankhya Yoga? Sankhya Yoga means the topic of knowledge in Bhagavad Gita. The topic of self-knowledge. This entire chapter 2 talks about the self-knowledge. And in the form of a dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. Krishna is a teacher and Arjuna is a student. And which is the essence of the Upanishads. And it is the subject matter of knowledge of Brahman and knowledge of yoga. Thus, we conclude the second chapter, which is the Sankhya Yoga, which is nothing but a self-knowledge. So, we are done with today's class. In the next class, we will start with the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Thank you all for joining. I'll close this with a closing prayer. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.